Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be doing like a get ready with me style video. It's going to be basically like a full face of first impressions. I have so many new makeup products to try out, so I thought this would be a fun video to do. I haven't done a full face of first impressions in a really long time. I also haven't done like a get ready with me style video in a really long time, so that's what I wanted to do today. So before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I'm doing a huge giveaway right now. You guys do not want to miss out on that. I'll have it linked in my description box below, and then I also have the giveaway video up here in the cards if you guys want to go and enter that. Also, make sure you guys turn on my post notifications so that you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And I think that's all I really need to say, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I have a ton of new products here to try out for you guys. First up, I'm going to be moisturizing my skin. I did get a PR package recently from the brand Good Molecules. This was sent to me by Beautylish. So I'm going to be trying out their silicone-free priming moisturizer today. So I like that this is silicone-free, and it says that it's formulated with shea butter, macadamia seed oil, and a plant-derived silicone alternative to deeply hydrate, smooth, and nourish the skin. So I am going to use this first, and then I'll go in with a primer as well because this is a moisturizer. So I love the packaging. This feels very nice, and it does have a pump. I love that this has no fragrance. I have been really working on my skin lately, and I found that fragrance does irritate my skin. So this did make my skin feel very smooth, and it definitely feels moisturized. So I'm gonna let this sink in for a couple minutes, and then we're gonna go in with a primer. So I just got this package in the mail yesterday from Laura Mercier, and they just came out with a bunch of new primers. So they sent over all of their new primers, and I'm really excited about these. These look really good. So these are all silicone-free primers. We have their illuminating primer, the perfecting, hydrating, blurring, and protecting. I think for today, I'm probably going to go in with the blurring one, which comes in this little like lavender tube. Wow, this makes my skin feel very, very smooth. So the primer's been sitting on for a few minutes, and I seriously cannot get over how smooth my skin feels. That is crazy. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. This is not new to me, but I did get sent a new shade, and it is 41NN. I just found that the other shades didn't really match my self-tan very well, but I'm kind of worried this might be too dark. But I'm going to try it, and I'll change it out if it's not good. But then they also sent over their Stay Naked the Fix powder, so I want to try this out as well. This is in the shade 40NN. I have a bunch of new products here from Urban Decay. They've been coming out with some really exciting launches recently. So here is the shade 41NN. I'm gonna put a little bit on my cheek before I put this all over my face because it does look pretty dark. I have the shades 30NN and 40NN, but I just find they are like not the perfect shade to match my tan. Yeah, that might be a little too dark. I might mix this with one of my other shades. So here's 41NN compared to 40NN. I feel like that's a pretty big difference in color. So I'm gonna mix the two together. I think I put a little bit too much of the 41NN because I kind of feel like it's oxidizing a little bit darker. I really do like this foundation a lot. I feel like not that many people will talk about it, but I feel like it's a good like medium foundation that definitely looks like pretty natural on the skin. I personally really like it. So I am going to be trying out this concealer right here. This is from Pretty Vulgar. I did get this in my BoxyCharm. This is in the shade Little White Lies. Oh, that's pretty dark. This cannot be the lightest shade because this looks so dark. This has an interesting like consistency. It feels like almost like gel-like. It's not really giving me the coverage I normally like, but it does blend out very easily, and I feel like it looks pretty nice on the skin. All right, so I'm going to try and lighten this up with some of the Urban Decay Stay Naked concealer. I got the shade 30NN. I'm going to put a little bit on my chin, down my nose, and on my forehead just so I can lighten the foundation a little bit. I haven't used this concealer like very much. I did a review on it, but since then I haven't been like reaching for it very often because I had two shades that were just like a little bit too light. So hopefully now that I have this shade that's a little bit darker, I will wear it more often. I remember liking it though whenever I was using it. See, this is giving me more of the coverage underneath my eyes that I like. I feel like the Pretty Vulgar one is more of like a lightweight concealer, which is going to be good for every day. I wish that shade was not so dark. So I don't have like a new loose setting powder, so I'm just going to be using my ColourPop No Filter setting powder. This is just their translucent setting powder, and I'm going to set underneath my eyes. So I do also have this Stay Naked like powder foundation. I'm gonna apply a little bit of this and just see like what it does to my face. Like I really don't need any more coverage, but I'm just curious about this. So it does come with like a little sponge. I think I'm gonna actually use this and just see how this applies. So it's obviously changing like the color of my foundation because this is also a foundation. So now basically I'm just darkening up my face again. This does seem to have like pretty good coverage. I personally would probably just use this on its own and not over like a liquid foundation because I feel like that's just way too much coverage. So I have two kind of new cheek products here. I have the Urban Decay Stay Naked, like this is their threesome, which has their bronzer, highlighter, and blush. And then I also got this little duo here from Wonder Beauty in my BoxyCharm, and this also has a blush and bronzer. The bronzer looks a little bit too light for me right now because I just did a self tan, so I might use the Urban Decay bronzer, but the blush in this Wonder Beauty palette looks super pretty, so I'm probably gonna use that. All right, so here is the Urban Decay palette. Mine did come a little bit broken. I'm gonna go in with the bronzer right here. It does look like it has a little bit of shimmer in it, which I don't normally like, so we'll see how that goes. And then also, I'm gonna be using some new brushes. I got sent these by Sally Beauty. These are from the brand Beauty Secrets, and these brushes are so pretty. I'm like actually obsessed with these. And then it also came with this little makeup bag. I thought this was adorable. So I'm gonna be using this big like powder brush to apply this bronzer. So I really like the color actually. I feel like it looks really natural. And even though it has shimmer in it, I don't mind it at all. I think it looks really nice. And this brush is so soft. All right, so now we're gonna go in with blush. I'm gonna be using the Wonder Beauty Trip for Two palette, and I'm gonna be using the blush right here, which is in the shade Bellini. This looks like a super pretty natural blush. Ooh, this shade is really nice. Wow, I actually really love this. So I think this is probably the best thing that I got in my BoxyCharm this month. I didn't really get like that many things that I was that excited about besides like the concealer and then this. So I'm gonna try and use the highlight in this Urban Decay palette, but it does look a little bit dark, but we're gonna see. So it's just like very subtle. Like I'm applying it and you can barely see it. I think it's because the shade is just a little bit too dark for me. So I do have this Deck of Scarlet palette here. This is their edition number 16 palette. This is for the month of January, and this is in collaboration with V&A Strick, who is one of my friends here on YouTube. I am so excited for her that she got to be like the editor-in-chief for this month. So I'm gonna try out the highlight that's in this palette right here. This is called Mindful, and this looks so pretty. So this one definitely is more blinding, and as you guys can see, it's kind of, it almost looks like a duochrome shade. This is like a pinky highlight, which goes good with my skin tone. I've also been using this blush recently, and it's so pretty. It's like the perfect shade for every day. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes. So I do have two palettes I'm gonna be using. I am gonna be trying some of the eyeshadows in the Deck of Scarlet palette. And then I also recently got this palette right here from Storybook Cosmetics. This came in my Boxy Luxe last month, and I have been dying to try this out. So I'm gonna be trying some of these shades out today. So before I get started in my eyes, I'm gonna take some of my ColourPop powder, and I'm just going to put this underneath my eyes in case there's any fallout. Now I'm going to be using this P. Louise Beige, which I have used a couple of times now, and so far I've really liked it. Mine is in the shade 01. And then I'm going to be using this Beauty Secrets brush right here that came in the set to put this all over my lid. So first I'm going to be going in with the Storybook Cosmetics palette. I really love this palette. It looks so cute. I'm going to take the shade Grim right here, and I'm just going to start out by putting this all kind of in my crease area. The pigmentation looks pretty good so far. Now I'm gonna try out the shade right here, which is called Thorn, and this looks like a very like mauvey, kind of purplish shade, and I'm going to put this right above the lash shade and kind of just use it to blend out the edges. These mattes do have really nice pigmentation and they seem to be blending out pretty easily. All right, now I'm gonna try out this shade right here, which is called Spindle. Hopefully this is light enough for what I'm trying to do. We're gonna see. I'm gonna try and use this to blend out the top of the lash shade. I've had a lot of you guys like comment on my Instagram, like asking for eyeshadow tutorials or asking how I get my eyeshadow to look how it does in the final product, because usually when I'm doing my eyeshadow, it looks crazy until the end. So I would just recommend that you guys kind of stick it out and keep blending. And usually by the end of a look, it looks like good and put together. But during the process, it can look kind of bad or crazy. I just would say stick it out to the end and keep blending until you like the way that it looks. All right, so I went ahead and cut my crease off camera. And I'm gonna go in with the Deck of Scarlet palette, and I'm gonna take this super pretty shimmery shade right here called Haven, and I'm gonna put this all over my lid. That shade is so pretty. I love it. So also with this month's Deck of Scarlet palette came this super pretty glitter, which I just kind of put along where I cut my crease. I'm going to do the same thing on this eye. I might have to do most of this off camera because it's hard for me to draw a line when my mirror's so far away. I'm gonna just do that before I mess everything up. All right, so here's where we're at so far. I'm gonna go ahead and wipe off the powder and do my lower lash line off camera, and then I will be right back. All right, now that my lower lash line is done, I'm gonna go back into the Deck of Scarlet palette, and I'm gonna take the shade Mindful right here, and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corner. And now I'm going to take the shade right here called Serenity, and I'm going to use this to highlight underneath my brow bone. So I do have this new mascara to try out from Buxom. I literally just got this in the mail. So I thought the PR package was so adorable. Here is what it looks like. So this is their new Extrovert mascara. It says extra volume, extra lift, and extra length. So I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes first. So the tube is pretty short, actually. I'm curious. Ooh, so here's what the wand looks like. It almost looks like it's like twisted. I'm only gonna apply a little bit because I am gonna be applying false lashes, but I actually am really liking the way that's making my lashes look. I'm definitely gonna have to test this out more. The wand is a little big for my lower lashes, so I feel like I'm gonna have to be really careful here. So I do like the way that that made my bottom lashes look, but it was very, very hard to apply without like getting it onto my skin. So now I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows and put on some false lashes, and I will be right back. All right, so now that lashes are on, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the look with the lips. I am gonna be going in with the Deck of Scarlet palette, and I'm gonna be using both of these lip shades right here. I'm first going to go in with the shade Cozy Vibes, which is like this red. Now because this look is like purple and cool toned, I'm going to take the shade Suede right here, and I'm going to go over my entire lips with this shade. All right, you guys, so this is the completed look. I am super happy with how everything turned out. I really liked all of the products that I tried out today. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think, and let me know if you guys want to see more like first impression videos or get ready with me videos. Just let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see next down below. So that is it for today's video. I'm gonna have everything that I used today linked in my description box below if you guys want to check anything out. Also, I'm gonna have that giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of today's video there as well if you guys want to watch that. And before you guys leave, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And also make sure you guys click the bell next to the subscribe button so you can receive notifications of when I post new videos. Thank you so much for watching.